hello Reagan here. So I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but yeah, holidays and all that fun stuff. It's been wow, quite the year. This is just a little craft I threw together while I was just burning some time, binge watching something. I don't even remember. Oh, I do remember what I was watching while I did this. I was watching Monarch, and that's just been amazing. Anyway, I'm a big Godzilla fan, so it was really, it's really right up there in my wheelhouse for sure. Anyway, this is just like a regular little like gift box, so you could get like a piece of jewelry or whatever in, and I just painted the inside with some chalk paint, and then I cut a little piece of cardboard and painted a floor. There's some flooring to go in it. This is just the paper that I'm using is just like craft paper. I don't even know where I got it. I use it for a lot of things. It's a little bit heavier cardstock and pretty stiff. I also lined the bottom of the box with it so that the paint would adhere a little better, because the inside was that kind of like shiny finish. So this was like perfect to use to give the paint something to hang on to. I just roughly drew out a checkerboard design, nothing fancy, just so that it had something, kind of a rough guide. I wasn't looking for perfection. Like I said, this is just something that I was doing while I was watching TV. And I keep trying to go through all of my craft supplies and use up like older stuff and try to refresh some of my paints and stuff that are kind of getting a little questionable. I try not to waste anything, so I won't get rid of them. Even if they're like totally bad, I'll find something to do with them. If I have to like reblend the pigments and put them in something, whatever, I have to do something with them, right? Can't bring myself to just chuck it if there's any use left in it. And this tube of paint was pretty dry, but I did manage to get enough out of it to do what I wanted to do. And then this is just cream colored chalk paint for the lighter part of the floor. I didn't want to use a bright white because it didn't really fit the atmosphere I was going for. So it's really a wonky checkerboard, but it's okay. It wasn't meant to be perfect. So, like I said, I was doing it while I was watching TV and not really paying a whole heck of a lot of attention to my efforts. And then with the finished product, you can barely see any of it anyway. So it all works out. I then took some coffee stirrers and, one part of it was a regular popsicle stick, and then the other part was coffee stirrers. I kind of played around with it, tried to decide what I wanted to use, and silly me, I put it together and I glued it in place before I painted it. So that was brilliant. It turned out in the end, but I was a little frustrated with myself. And putting the shelves in, once again, this is, far from perfection. I was just throwing something together, but I just glued in a couple of shelves, and there was no measuring. I was just kind of eyeballing things just to get it done. So my cuts were a little off because I didn't measure properly, and I just kind of filled it in with wood glue. Just faked it a little because I figured if nothing else, when I glued it into the box, I'd be able to secure it with glue there, so it shouldn't fall out or anything. It's not like they're holding the weight of actual books, so it was fine. Some days my hands work, some days not so much these days. Gets a little tricky sometimes, and I try to keep my hands as in as good a shape as possible, but I do a lot of crafting and writing and drawing and stuff, and so, they get fed up with me and they hurt a little. So, a little bit of carpal tunnel, touch of arthritis. Not too bad though. Could be worse. So, not enough to stop me from making things. So that's all that really matters. Look at that. Just knock that shelf sideways. So, yep, see, there we go. Plop her in there. Not an ounce of paint or finish on it. So I went ahead and painted it purple, and instead of putting a backing on it, I just used the back wall as the back because, it's a scale, whatever. And then I took one of my Gundam markers, paint pens. I used to draw some little vines and stuff on the inside. This is just a little overgrown study, little library room, whatever. No real inspiration. I think just something I threw together, but it was fun. And then got the good old tacky glue, and I took an earring back, a little bead cap, and a pearl, and glued them together on what is that word? I can't think of that word. Anyway, it's for jewelry making, the little, one of those with the loop at the end. Anyway, but why can't I think of that word? I'm so silly. I just don't remember the word. Anyway, but I glued that all together, and this is my little light fixture. So I set that aside to dry, and then in order to fasten it to the ceiling, I got a sequin and some thread, but we'll get back to that in a minute. And then I had these little plants and stuff that I cut down into more manageable sizes. The only thing that I kind of regret here is I should have done something to get rid of the shininess on the plastic. It's a little too plasticky. And this was a little gold bear charm that I've had running around. It's not actual gold, it's gold plated or whatever, but I thought it would be a cute little statue to put on a shelf, and it didn't want to stand up, so we got it though. Eventually it made it into place. And then I took some little shells. I got one of those big bags of shells, the little miniature, small shells, from a hobby store, and I'm always trying to find a use for them other than just to look at. I like to look at them. I think they're really cute. I've got some in a jar on my desk. But anyway, here we go. See, so there's the sequin, and I ran some thread through it, and I'm going to use that as the little ceiling cap to hold the lamp on. So I'm using some super thin super glue, and I just put the fixture there, and I kind of soaked the thread up with the super glue and then put it around the base there, and just set it, that held it all really nicely in place. So then after I get done with that, I was putting some books in, and some of these are little stacks of paper just stacked up and kind of glued together haphazardly. And then other ones are just wood wrapped in little pieces of the pleather that I got from the Cricut section type stuff at Dollar Tree. And try to mix it up and use different colors of leather. And I also used some paint pens that I had to color some of the books different colors, so they weren't all just the black, brown, and blue that I have, to give it some more color. And the plants on each side I used just some big random beads. One of them is kind of like this iridescent purpley blue bead, and the other one is just a wooden bead that I just did some paint on and glued in there. The little plants that I used besides the plastic plants were just some leftovers from some of the kits that I get all the time and put together. So I just used a couple little sprigs of those here and there. This was like a little, what is it? It's a bracelet fastener, like the little box fastener that slides in and clips in place. And I don't know, I just thought it was a really cute little box with all the extra little like attachment hardware clipped off of it. And it's silver, so I threw it in there because I liked the way it looked. Then I took some loose papers to make it look like things had like blown down off of the shelves and things and landed on the floor. And I just used some tacky glue to kind of put that all down. I switched to the clear tacky glue because I found a bottle I didn't even realize I had. So I was just trying to like use it up because it's old. It still like works. It's not like, you know, dried up or anything, but I just forgot it existed. And I went out and bought another bottle of glue thinking that I had no kind of tacky glue whatsoever in the house, but that was wrong. I did, a whole bottle. I usually rearrange a lot, which helps me because then I go through everything and deep clean and sort out what I do and don't have. And I haven't done that in a while, and it's a pain in the price. So this is some Vallejo Environment. This is some sort of mud or whatever. I love that stuff. It's great for weathering. It's like that muddy ground texture, you know. It's got like, it's a little bit gritty, and then it's got that really good watered down like pigmented base. So it makes excellent like stains and crusties, you know. And of course some dirty down rust, because, you know, gotta have the rust. So I put a little bit of that around like the light fixture and things like that to kind of give it some age. The only thing I didn't do that I kind of want to do is like go in with some loose like dry pigment and dust things up a little bit more and tone down the bright colors of the shelf. It's a little bit too bright, but I don't hate it. Anyway, there it is, and I put some like loose leaves and stuff in there, like everything had kind of blown in. And yeah, so there you have it. Anyway, we'll see you next year. Hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's. Be safe out there, and I will see you next time. Bye.